Hi, this is Miss Fisher from Campo, and this is my first video for you. So we're going to be doing 1.5 notes today, which are all about literal equations. You can see at the top of the notes, which hopefully you've printed out or you have in front of you somewhere, that literal equations is defined at the top of this page, and it's just an equation that has two or more variables. So you see a lot of letters when you see literal equations, which can be really overwhelming. But we're just going to do some simple ones to start. And later this will help out when we get to the point where we are turning linear equations from one form to another. Specifically trying to get into slope-intercept form later, this will be a useful skill. So the first example of a literal equation is here with number 1. It's a little blurry on my screen, but d equals rt, which you've probably seen in your life before. It's the distance formula. And if we are asked to solve this formula, I'm going to zoom in a little bit on it. I'm getting used to the iPad, so over time I'm hoping I will get a little bit quicker. But if I want to solve d equals rt for time, and maybe I'll just write that again because it's a little bit fuzzy. Time is the t, so d is distance equals r rate times time. And I want to solve for time. Solving just means isolate that variable. So if I'm solving for time, I'm solving for t, and I want to isolate that variable. And in this case, the only thing I have to do to isolate t is I need to undo the operation right now that's between the r and the t, which is multiplication. And to undo multiplication, I use the inverse operation, which is division. So I divide both sides by r, which will make those r's kind of cancel each other out. T will be left alone on the right side, and on the left side, I have d over r equals t. So that's all. It's pretty simple actually for that one. And then for the second one, I'm solving for area of a triangle initially. So a equals 1/2 b times h. And I want to solve for height. So if I'm solving for height, that means I'm solving for h. So this is what I'm starting with. And if I want to solve for h, I need to isolate h. So I have a half, I have b, and both of them are being multiplied or multiplying onto the h. So if I want to move the 1/2 over to the other side, you can either think of it as dividing both sides by 1/2, or maybe a little more simple is multiplying by the reciprocal. So if you have a fraction like 1/2 and you multiply both sides by the reciprocal, which if you forget what that is, it's just the, you just flip the fraction around. So I can multiply both sides by 2 over 1, which is really just 2. But you can see how the 1's cancel and the 2's cancel. That's the whole point. We want to cancel it out and move it over. And on the left side, I have 2 over 1 times a, which is just 2a. The b I haven't moved yet. Now I need to move the b, so I'm going to divide both sides by b. And I end up getting h by itself, so I have 2a over b equals h. All right, moved the page down a little bit for you. So 2a over b equals h is the end of number 2. And we can stop there because h is by itself on one side of the equation. For number 3, it's ax plus b equals c. That's our equation originally, and we want to solve for x. So to solve for x, I'm going to need to isolate x. So I'll rewrite ax plus b equals c. And I need to move over the b, and I need to get the a off the x. So the inverse operation of addition, because right now we have a plus b, is subtraction. So I'm going to subtract b from both sides. I get ax equals c minus b. Ax is a times x, that's multiplication. If I want to undo multiplication, I use division. So I divide both sides by a. I get x equals c minus b over a. And since x is isolated on one side of the equation, I can stop there. Okay, number 4. P equals 2w plus 2l is my original equation. And I want to solve for L. So 2w, I need to move that over. Right now, addition connects these two terms. So I'm going to subtract 2w from both sides. The inverse operation of addition is subtraction. P minus 2w I get on the left. And I'm still left with a positive 2l on the right. So now 2l is not quite done. I need to get the 2 off of the l, undo multiplication by dividing. And you'll notice on the left side, p over 2 I can't simplify, but because I have 2 over 2 here, I can actually write that as P over 2 minus W. If you wanted to simplify and kind of like break it up, that's kind of fancy, but you don't need to do that. You can also just, you can also just leave it as it is and write it as P minus 2W over 2. Both would be correct. And on the right side, the 2's are gone, L's by itself, and we've solved. All right, give it a shot now. You should see some quiz questions pop up in the video. Once you've done that, move on to the next page. Okay, so here are some more kind of common literal equations that you might run into. We're going to start with the temperature formula, and we're given C, which is Celsius, equals 5/9 times Fahrenheit, or F minus 32. So if I want to solve for F, because that's what it's asking me to do, I need to get the 5/9 over by multiplying by the reciprocal, which would be 9/5. So I'm left with 9/5 C, or you can write that as 9C over 5, equals F minus 32. And then I just have to add 32 to both sides to get the F alone. So I end up with 9C over 5 plus 32 equals F. All right, now we're going to use our equation to answer the question in B. We're told that Mercury has a surface temperature of 427 degrees Celsius and that Venus has a temperature of 864 Fahrenheit. So we can't compare them if they're in different units, so we need to turn one of them, we need to change one of them. So let's convert Mercury to Fahrenheit. So we know that right now in Celsius, so C equals 427 for Mercury. So if I want to turn that to Fahrenheit, I can just use the equation I just boxed above. So 9 times C will be 9 times 427 divided by 5 plus 32. That's going to give me the Fahrenheit. So if I if I simplify this, I get 768, and it's totally appropriate to use a calculator here. 0.5 plus 32 equals F. And then I get that Mercury is about 800.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So I can use that to answer the question, which one's hotter? Well, I know that Venus's temperature is 864, Mercury is 800, so Venus is hotter. Okay, so for the next one, I'm told that I deposit $3,500 in an account that earns 4% simple interest. I want to know how long I have to leave the money in the account to earn $350. So it says how long. That means that I am solving for t. So if my original equation for simple interest is I equals PRT, I want to solve for t, so I need to isolate t. So let's divide both sides by P times R. And that gives me I over P times R equals t. All right, so now I have to plug in what I know. And I know that I'm earning $350 in interest over some amount of time. P is my principal amount, which was $3,500. And my interest rate is 4%, which as a decimal is 0.04. And I don't know what t is. So if I simplify this using a calculator, I get about 2.5, right, 2.5 as t. And the problem doesn't tell me what the units of time are, probably years. But I'm just going to point out that we don't really know, but 2.5, some units of time is my answer. All right, last one. Stick with me. All right, so for this one, we have Dan driving 330 miles at 60 miles per hour and Ryan driving 275 miles at 60 miles per hour. We want to know how much more time Dan drove than Ryan. So essentially, we want to know how much time. It means we're solving for t. So how much more time means we want to know t. Okay, so in both cases, I'm going to solve for t, and then at the end, I'm just going to find the difference between them. So for Dan, we'll start with him. D equals RT. His distance is 330 equals his rate is 60 miles per hour times time. So if I just divide both sides by 60, I get Dan's time, which ends up being 5.5 hours because it's miles per hour. And then for Ryan, D equals RT again, and his distance is 275 equals his rate of 60 miles per hour times time. I divide both sides by 60 to isolate the t. 275 divided by 60 is 4.58. So that means that if I look between these two times, I can get the difference. So they want to know how much more Dan drove than Ryan, so I'm going to do D minus R essentially. So Dan minus Ryan, I guess might be more clear. So 5.5 minus 4.58 will give me the difference, which you get 0.92. So if you wanted to like wrap it up, you could just say Dan drove 0.92 hours more than Ryan. Or if you wanted to be fancy, you could turn it into minutes, but I'm not going to do that right now. And then below this, you have some more practice.